Welcome to my YouTube channel once again. This is Oscar It's Football, where we discuss anything to do with football from Africa to the world and from the world to Africa. Well, I'm excited because the African Football League has started and the very first match was really exciting. On this episode, we are discussing the 5 things we picked up or the 5 things we learned about this game. I can tell you one thing. Benjamin Mkapa National Stadium in Tanzania was bouncing. It was bouncing yesterday. Tanzanian people came out. They came out in support of their club, Simba. But they were faced with the giant in the club of the century, Ahly. Now, the first point on this episode, on the 5 things we picked up, is the first half and the second half. 2 different games. The first 10 or so minutes, it appeared like the two clubs, they were sizing, each other. Not a lot of chances were created in the first half. But what's funny about the whole match is that 4 goals were scored. The first goals were scored in critical phases of the game. The first goal for Ahly came in the last minutes of the first half. And the first goal for for Simba, it came in the 51st or so minutes, meaning the first 10 minutes of the second half, a critical phase, Simba equalized. Not too long after that. Now, the second goals for both teams, they came with set plays. A corner for Simba FC, and Sadio Kanute banged it in. A free kick for Ahly, and into the box, mix up, someone takes a goal on goals, the goalkeeper parries it back to an Ahly player, an Ahly player, 2-2. So, different type of game, first half and second half. The intensity of the second half was very high. Very high. At some point, you could tell that the Ahly players were exhausted, were tired. Whole different story from the first half. Easy, almost like a practice game, but the second half was completely different. If what we saw in the second half, or the first match, in fact, of this tournament is anything to go by, it means that we're in for some exciting matches. Very good game, all in all, but 2 different halves we saw. That's the first point. And the second point of this match was the influence that came from the bench. The Brazilian coach coaching Simba FC, introduced Sadio Kanute and the Congolese in Baleke, and they were the ones who brought some energy into the team. They had 2 quick goals in the second half. The first half Ahly won. The second half Simba won. It was 1-0 in the second half, and it was 2-1 in the second half, although the game obviously ended in a 2-2 draw. I believe that a player like Afsha was introduced too late. I'm not sure if he's coming from an injury or he was not fit for the game, but both benches, I think Mohammed, I just forgot his name now, could have won it at the end there for Ahly. He was also introduced in the second half. 1-on-1 with the keeper, he delayed, and the defender caught up and blocked the pass, and they had a corner, but he could have easily scored that one. The third point we picked up in this match, again, it's something that is a headache and a problem in African football: VAR interpretation. I believe, and everyone who watched the game, I think you can agree with me that Ahly were denied a clear penalty. What's the point for an official to go to the screen? Everyone can see the screen, the commentators, us viewers can see what's happening. There's a clear contact on the Karaba, the Ahly player. But still, the ref decides to stick with his original decision. There's nothing wrong, Mr. Ref, if you decide to override your initial decision and point to the penalty spot. They were cheated. If it might appear like Simba benefited, But if this is what officials will be doing in all the games you'll be watching, it'll really be frustrating. If it's a penalty, point to the spot and give it to the team that's deserving of a penalty. So VAR interpretation in Africa and VAR interpretation overseas, it's two different things. I'm hoping that the games played on Saturday going onwards will be better in terms of the interpretation of VAR by the officials. Number four, I'm just gonna put a magnifying glass on one player, and this player reminds me so much of an Italian striker, and that is the top man for Ahly, Karaba. He reminds me so much of Inzaghi. Inzaghi did simple things right. Do the basics right. Don't overcomplicate things. Ensure that you're always in the box. His hold-up play is basic, is simple. They give him the ball. Raid Salim is on his right. Pesitao is on his left. Behind him, there's Afsha, Magdy. Hold-up play is excellent. And you look at how his first goal was an assist. He came up with the assist, gave it to Slim, he scored the goal. Second goal came by him being in the box. A shot at goal, the goalkeeper parried the ball back into the box, and guess who was there to tap it in? The Inzaghi of Ahly, Karaba. He reminds me so much of him. He's always in the box. He's always also a threat in aerial balls. There was a free kick they got in the first half. Afsha put it in, and guess who was at the end of that ball? Karaba, the Italian Inzaghi. And fortunately for Simba, the goalkeeper saved that ball. So far, those are the 4 points. And the last point we are taking out from this match, on the 5 points we've learned in this game, the man of the match, or my man of the match. I don't know who was your man of the match if you're watching the game. There were matchups that I was excited about when the game started. Their former player in Luis Mokisini from Mozambique, but he didn't do much. Dieng, together with Magdy in the middle of the park, they neutralized most of their creative players. Obviously, Simba, their plan was clear that they were going to play on transition. Win the ball, they've got quick players up front, and release the ball to those players. So hence they allowed Ahly to have the major share of the position. But my man of the match definitely goes to Afsha. Magdy, classy player. There's a ball he gave to delay the pass, and eventually gave it to Pesitao, who we all thought he was definitely going to put it back off the net, but Pesitao ballooned the ball. So my man of the match for this game definitely goes out to Afsha. There were other outstanding performers. The goalkeeper, Simba goalkeeper, tried his best. It was an interesting game all in all. I think Simba hit the post twice. Ahly hit the post once. But overall, Ahly was supposed to win this game with the type of chances they got. More clear-cut chances than Simba. But Simba can really go to Cairo with their shoulders high. They really competed. It was a beautiful game. It's a type of a wafa. If you don't kill me, I kill you competition. There's no second chance in this one. If you don't win in Cairo, you are back to your Tanzanian league, Simba. You don't have a choice but to go to Ahly and win that game. That was it from that first game of the African Football League. Interesting, beautiful advertisement for African football. And there were a lot of people in attendance. Arsene Wenger, that Italian ref we were all scared of, FIFA president, CAF president, a lot of big names were at the stadium. Clearly, this is because they want to really channel a lot of sponsors to African football. I think there was also some princes from Saudi, I'm not sure. But overall, beautiful game. Tell me, any points you agree with the ones I've mentioned? First half, second half, the bench influence, the VAR interpretation by the officials. Karaba, does he also remind me of the Italian Inzaghi? What do you think of my man of the match? Giving it to Afsha, Magdy. I thought Ngoma was going to have more influence, but not really. So if you're seeing my face for the first time, please do subscribe to the brother. Hit that like button. Share what you thought of the match, of the first match. What do you think overall of this African Football League? And thank you so much for staying this long with the brother. Asante to all my Tanzanian people, and salamu alaikum to all the people in Egypt who are watching this episode. Thank you so much. May my God bless you all.